Okay, here we go. Hola todos. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Your hosts today, I'm Jonny.
And I'm Tom.
And I'm Tadeo.
We're three American expats coming to you from the beautiful capital city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. The podcast is about everything but nothing, with some expat life, news, and comedy thrown in. This is the Velvet Hammer.
All right, let's go.
Good day, guys. Our second podcast.
Our second podcast.
Hey, thank you all for tuning in. If you're still here, I assume that we offended you last week.
I hope so. I hope. We'll try harder this week.
Yeah, we've been listening to your comments, and apparently we've offended a couple of you motherfuckers. So, how about a big middle finger to you, and just stick it up my butt?
A middle finger and a hug.
He's the marketing guy, not the PR guy.
Right, fair enough. Yeah. I am a PR nightmare. I am the nightmare.
Well, there comes a point in your life you just say, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say.
Right,
I don't care what you think,
Stop giving a fuck.
Then you end up without a job, looking,
no one will hire me.
Moving 1,000 miles away with your family trying to find work.
Right.
Well, everything costs. Everything has a price.
What happened to my life? I was unhireable because I couldn't keep my mouth shut, and so I moved the fuck away. Ciao, bitches.
Migrant struggle.
Right. Oh my goodness. Oh, headlines of the day.
This week in news.
Oh.
What's going on now?
Jesus. Oh, do you want to start us off on this one?
I don't know. We were talking about what happened. We can go from Trump. There was a debate last night.
The debate? I didn't even see it. I
It
didn't
was
even
last
know.
night?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the last GOP debate. And what's his name? The roly-poly dropped down.
It's like the last detail.
Right.
As if it really matters.
Right. I was like, oh, what a farce is this?
Trump's gonna win anyway.
So what?
I mean, all I know is that roly-poly dropped out. Like roly-poly round man, that big fat.
The guy from New York City.
That's his name. What's his name?
New Jersey.
Mr. Fisty.
Yeah.
Mr. Fisting. Chris Fisting.
Chris Christie.
I'm sorry. Chris Fisting.
Chris Fishy.
Nice. And now that he's unemployed, he may need some money. He'll come at you with an army of lawyers.
Right.
Come at us.
Oh,
Well, it's a good thing we're an LLC.
Right. He said, I like fisting. Shut your fat ass up.
Well, Christie, that guy is like back and forth, and he doesn't just waver a little bit. He goes all the way left, and then he goes all the way right. Somebody calls him on, when he's far right and he changes, he goes all the way left. Somebody calls him on that. So, how could he think he could be elected?
Right.
I mean, they all do that, but you don't say it out loud.
Right. And apparently this is the last GOP debate, and Trump hasn't been in a single one.
Right.
Except he so far in the polls, he's still winning.
By double digits.
Right.
Yeah, double digits, yeah.
What the fuck?
What, something like 50%?
He doesn't even go to the debates and he's still winning. He's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, like you guys, you have no clue. I have the power.
Yes.
And he really does.
He's not even on the ballot in Maine
And Colorado.
and he's probably still going to win both of those states.
Well, I mean, Colorado isn't anything, and Maine really isn't anything. Now, if they get him off of Wisconsin, which they're trying to do, that's St. Paul and Minneapolis, and what's the other place up there? Racine or something like that.
That's racist.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, there's a football team there. There used to be a football team there.
Are they gone?
The Packers.
Yeah,
Are they still
Oh,
there?
Green Bay Packers.
They're
That's
still there. Yeah.
That's
where are they from?
Green Bay.
Somewhere north of Chicago. I'm really not sure.
Oh my God.
For me, it's basically New York, Chicago, and L.A. Maybe Atlanta.
Okay.
Other than that, it's all just podunk.
Yeah.
And none of them live as well as we live in Buenos Aires.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get your nearest Expedia ticket or Travelocity if you use that. Get your asses here. It is gorgeous.
Summertime.
Oh.
So today is January 11th, right?
Is it? Yeah. The
Okay.
11th. Yeah.
And what's the temperature outside? It's close to 90.
Yeah. Today is 27 degrees on Celsius.
Okay, 27 Celsius, which is
85?
88, 85,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
You know, now in July it's going to be freezing, but now all you guys in the States, you're hunkering down because it is cold.
Yeah, there's
You're
supposed
getting
to be
ready to try to pay off those $2,000 heating bills, you know, because they
Right.
jacked all that stuff up. But Buenos Aires is wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
During the winter. Which is the summer here. Yeah.
Right, and because we're right by a river that opens up into the ocean, the water takes a lot of the heat or whatever, the cold away. It can't get that cold because the rivers is taking all, or maybe I'm not actually.
It gets humid and it's kind of like in the air.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
heat
It's
is
cold air.
is-
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. The humidity is cold.
Now, you're talking about the Tigray River or the Paraná?
The
Paraná.
that one,
Paraná.
yeah, the one
That
that
thing is
goes by.
huge.
Yeah, it's
It's
gigantic.
it's got to be 20 miles across.
Yeah,
It makes the
it's
Mississippi look like
huge.
nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And I always thought, God, the Mississippi River.
It's a big ass river.
Big ass river.
Yeah.
But the Paraná, it just goes on and on.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
That's what she said.
That's
Yeah, it takes. There's a boat that goes from Buenos Aires,
Got you.
from Buenos Aires over to Uruguay at Colonia is the name of the town, and it takes about an hour and a half to get there, and all of the trip is crossing the Paraná River.
It's a huge river. It's huge.
God.
Well,
You're just crossing. Hours go by, and you're still crossing, and it's just a river.
oh, it's a fun trip though. You can stand on the back of the boat. It's a big boat. There's probably 400 people on it. They have seats, and you can go out on an observation deck, and you can see the
that's
skyline
nice.
of Buenos Aires. It's really a fun trip.
Oh, I
They've got like
bet.
little shopping in the middle. You can buy like drinks and.
Yeah,
really?
I think it's like a duty free.
It's like a drink.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
cool. Oh, you know I buy all the alcohol.
But they
I'll buy all the alcohol.
But they like seal it and then they give it to you when you leave.
Ah,
So you
right,
can't
like a
take it
duty
off,
free.
like
Ah,
duty free,
Right.
yeah.
And the prices aren't
So
that good. You get a better price than a Chino.
Okay,
You know,
really?
They're selling Johnny Walker Red for like almost $40 US, and they put it up there in US dollars.
Right,
on
right.
the monitors so you can see what they're selling.
For those of you just tuning in Buenos Aires, a Chino is it's like a Chinese convenience store, but they have a syndicate that rules, and they have really good prices on lots of wines here. So if you ever want a good wine, don't go to the wine shops. I mean, you can go to the wine shops, of course. Support your local Argentine, but the Chinos have better prices, the convenience stores.
As a rule, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway, so sorry I interrupted you, but
Yeah.
so really, there's a duty free on the boat. That's super cool.
Hey,
Crossing the river.
Speaking about prices, I went to try to buy some insect repellent.
Oh,
'Cause,
God.
You know, last week we talked about how bad the mosquitoes are this year.
Right.
And they're kind of sold out.
Yeah, everywhere.
I think I paid 4 weeks ago, I think I paid about 2,500 pesos, which is $2.50 for a spray can of off.
Yeah.
And it's gone up now, it's 6,000, which is $6.
Yeah,
And they don't even have it.
I mean, in reality, if you think of it in dollars, it's not that bad. Like $6 for a can of off.
That's
nah.
the thing.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
You want to spend $6 and spend 2 weeks not coming home with 35 welts on your
Right.
face. You know,
Right.
you got so much mosquito venom in you. You're having an allergic reaction.
Right, and also you're in Argentina, so you can get like the dengue. There's diseases that
Yeah,
come here.
yeah.
Like I don't think they have that. I mean, in California, where we're from,
Oh no, it's coming back.
there's dengue in California.
Not yet. I think that we had what was it called. This was yellow fever.
Tell us
it
about
was
it. Oh my
Zika.
God.
We had Zika.
Oh,
and
we had Zika. That's
another
true. I
thing.
remember Zika. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't yellow fever. It was some weird.
Oh my
that we used to have in
God.
California. Oh, I can't
These
remember.
nasty fucking insects.
Yeah, it's like it's not technically it's not venom, but it's like the juices that they put in to numb you.
Yeah.
Anticoagulants.
Yeah.
Make your blood flow
Yeah.
a little bit easier.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh God! I saw something on television the other
There's
day.
an
Here. It was a
insect.
mosquito that was taking what we used to call in the Orkin. I used to sell for Orkin, the big exterminator. What
Okay.
we used to call a blood meal. And this mosquito,
A blood meal?
a blood meal.
A meal of blood.
That's the term. That's the politically correct term when you're talking to people about bed bugs or mosquitoes.
Oh, God.
or those blood sucking things. It's a blood meal. But they had a close up of this mosquito.
That's so
and
uncomfortable.
He puts the thing this is going to offend some people.
Oh my God.
Come back in about 45 seconds if you really have a problem
Yeah, right.
with this, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Ooh, I might vomit.
3, 2, 1, start the clock.
Okay.
Okay, so it has this close-up, and this mosquito is sticking his proboscis, into the skin.
And he's just letting it do it?
It starts kind of wang, wang, wang a little bit, and his abdomen just swells up. I told you, okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was terrible.
The dude just let it do that.
Well, think about it. They were extras. They're actors. I'm an actor, for God's sake.
Oh,
they got paid for it.
Oh, God.
Think about it. If you swat a mosquito that's just finished its blood meal,
Yeah, it's like a splotch.
Big splotch of
Yeah,
blood.
that's true.
That's a bonus. Okay, well, let's go someplace else.
Oh, God.
I know. I'm going to jump the gun here because it's
Oh,
time
yeah.
for a Brahma beer.
Brahma beer. Salute, gentlemen. And if you guys are driving with us, please do not drink and drive. But if you're in your home or it's a rainy day, please, by all means, grab your nearest brewski or gin tonic or whatever you're drinking and drink with us because we're doing the same.
Please drink responsibly.
And we drink responsibly.
Right?
It's a big responsibility to drink.
Yeah.
Heavy hands ahead.
Hey, wait! I can't function right. I gotta have this. No, we're not alcoholics. We're just funaholics.
Yeah, funaholics. That drink alcohol all the time. I know. Oh my God.
It's a big responsibility to drink.
It is.
It's hard.
Yeah. You got to make sure you don't get too drunk, you don't get wasted, you don't black out, you don't start screaming at old people in the streets.
Yeah, right. You don't want to fall down on the streets. I've done that twice here, but that's a personal thing. That it was a very hot day, and I'd eaten some stuff, and blah, blah. But anyhow, everything's fine.
Goodness. Day, apparently, I just fell straight back.
Oh my God, that's
6 foot
right.
asses fell straight back. I had like so many
God.
gin tonics.
Yeah, he just dropped.
And then I popped back up.
Drop.
Yeah, just boom.
Popped up like, hey.
See, it's
Like nothing's wrong.
Your blood pressure drops, and then
That's
when you
what it
get
was.
horizontal, the blood by
Comes
gravity
back in.
flows back into your
Right.
brain, so you wake right back up again.
Yeah.
Usually.
Basically,
Let's hope so.
usually.
Sometimes it's 12 hours later, and you're laying there. Where am I, and who are you?
And all your shit's been stolen from you. You're like, where's my... Oh my God, I've been robbed.
And you've got 35 mosquito wells on you.
Or best case scenario, you wake up naked in a bed with someone like,
Oh my
who is
God.
this person?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Right.
how did I end up here? What the fuck?
Oh, who is this? Oh my God, is it a man? Is it a woman? Oh, let's figure it
Oh,
out.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. When I was in high school, we used to call partners like...
Oh my God.
We'd say something. Now this will offend some people here.
Oh, by all means.
It's a coyote. Okay, so you wake up in the morning and you got your arm underneath somebody next to you, and you just chew your arm off. Like coyotes will chew their legs off to get out of a trap. If he or she is a coyote, then you chew your arm off
Oh
just
my
to get out.
God. Oh my
come on.
God.
I don't know. Are we crossing lines here? I
No,
hope so.
yeah, we better be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're still listening to us, then well, here we are again, honey.
I was just over on Corrientes and that close to the Obelisco, which is the center of town in Buenos Aires,
Yeah.
and that's the theater district.
And the obelisk is it's like a giant, like the Washington Monument.
But there are Broadway style theaters up and down that street. There's probably 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, true.
And a show that's currently playing, well, Tootsie is playing as a Broadway musical.
Tootsie?
Okay. Another show is called Fuck Me.
Oh.
And it's in banner headlines on Corrientes, on this huge street, which is like Broadway.
Me.
And that's the name of the thing. And then it
Wow.
has, you got this big Jumbotron that's showing all the actors and saying what their actor's name and everything. Be sure and
interesting.
come see this play.
Wow.
And then it just says, fuck me. In
That's the
letters
name of
that
it.
are 8 feet tall.
Wow. I wonder if is it in Spanish or in English? I'm curious.
I'm sure it's in Spanish.
Yeah. Wow. Because it's like the name is English, obviously. But
Well, you know, they can do super titles at theaters. You know, you have subtitles on your television. They do super titles and they project it above the stage.
Oh,
on the
really?
curves. And so maybe they do that.
Oh, I mean, I would have. That would be. Oh, wow! I didn't even know that. I was like, whoa!
Well, probably
I didn't
the best.
even know that.
The best part of the play is probably the name.
Yeah. Fuck me. I mean, we say this all the time. People who speak English. Oh my, are you serious? Oh, fuck me.
Well, does it mean like fuck me is like bad, or does it mean like fuck me? Yeah,
Oh, that's true. It could be like the sexual, like fuck me, or it could be fuck me.
Well, it's
It's
kind
kind
of
of bad to see.
I say it a lot. I say, "Oh God, fuck me."
Yeah.
What have I done now?
Yeah. So yeah, that's a question. I'm kind of curious.
Is it a term of endurement, or is it like sexual?
Or yeah, like oh fuck me.
I need to see the banner to see how does it look. Is it
Fair.
about sex, or is it about fuck me?
Right.
Yeah, it's right across the street from Herrin Pizza.
Oh, get in.
Herrin, yeah.
See, Herrin. It's
You gotta go Herrin.
It's one of the oldest pizzerias here.
1928, I think.
Yeah.
1924.
Yeah.
1934.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you visit, you must go to Herrin Pizzeria on Corrientes Street. It is one of the oldest, and they have delicious pizza. It's very good.
It's great. You can
very
buy it-
Argentinian pizza.
Buy it by
I
the
should say.
slice, and they've got all these counters that you can stand at.
Yeah.
You could get a Quilmes, chop,
Yep.
beer, draft beer.
Or a Brahma.
A Brahma. Absolutely. And it's good. It's good. But they have a huge, have you seen the back room there?
Oh, I've only stayed at the
yeah.
Oh,
counters.
it's incredible. It's, you know these big garages they have here for cars, and they're just a big tin shed that's about 50 feet tall. That's their restaurant area in the back. You go back there. I swear to God, there must be 60 tables back there that can hold 10 people
And
each.
they're always packed.
And they still have a line.
Always packed. Yeah, and they have a line. It's always packed. And that's why, I mean, they're one of the oldest, but they're old and they're still here because they're one of the best. At least as far as Argentine pizza goes.
Yeah, well,
We have a few things to say about Argentina.
somebody told me the story.
Right.
The story behind Herrin, what made it so big back in the 30s was that the guy was Italian and he brought tomatoes from Italy. And I'll tell you this, folks, if you haven't eaten real Italian tomatoes, you haven't eaten a tomato.
Yeah, Tom has a house in Italy.
They're
He goes there.
incredible. God, they're like I don't know, it's like eating a chocolate or something. It's just it's like a Godiva. It's the chocolate.
yeah.
Italian tomatoes are to tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
And so he brought these over
Jesus.
on a boat, and he made his pizzas and pizza
From
sauce
those
from
tomatoes.
Italian tomatoes.
Those San Marzano, or was San Marzano, is that what they're called? Because I know there's different, there's like Roma, San Marzano,
Yeah,
or
Roma's
something like
those
that.
things. Yeah.
But it's sad that tomatoes have lost that much flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Because
true.
to say that it's Godiva, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's got to be a good tomato. But
Right.
tomatoes are so flavorless these days.
That's true. I agree. But like, and what's that? What, Monsanto breeding them out? or
Most of the
something?
tomatoes come from China.
I shouldn't claim Monsanto. It's all the breeders, but like I feel like things are losing their flavor a little bit. Like corn doesn't taste like corn anymore, or
Yeah.
maybe it's just corn down here.
I want to taste an Italian tomato now.
Yeah, I kind of do too. I was like, ooh, how do we get some Italian tomatoes down here? How do we do that?
Our mother used to grow tomatoes in the garden, and the flavor was, you would go to the supermarket, completely different flavor.
Right.
Yeah.
But we grew. We
Delicious.
had heirloom seeds, and we planted
So
heirloom
heirloom.
seeds, so like we grew good tomato, and then we saved the seeds from the tomatoes. So now
Tomatoes.
more heirloom tomatoes. But those are flavorful. But I can't even imagine what an Italian tomato tastes like. I mean, to me, it's
Completely different.
yeah. I'm trying to imagine like a fine wine from like a fine Italian. Is that Italian? Are there Italian?
Hell yes!
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine like a fine Italian wine or like a really good like Italian extra virgin olive oil, and then just like switch that into tomato flavor. And I'm like thinking, oh, that might be good.
It's got to be like the soil, the environment, the sun, everything. Just delicious.
Holy shit!
Well, when I lived in Richmond, Virginia, I was into house renovations. And 20 years ago, I bought a house, and the address, I'll tell you, was 7 West Clay Street. And my girlfriend, partner, lived at 8 East Clay Street, and we lived 50 yards apart, so we were right in the middle of town.
Okay.
Well, anyhow, this house was built in 1889. Nobody had really done anything to it for all this time. I bought it for a song and renovated it. The backyard was just dirt, nothing else. And so I started digging back there, and I found a whole brick patio under about a foot of dirt.
What?
Yes, after all these years, all the leaves and everything blew into it. They were covered with the dirt. So I dug a bunch of it off to make a patio, but I left a lot there. And I planted tomatoes. And in the first year, I had 9 plants. And also, the people that left, they left one of those doctor's scales, you know, to weigh yourself, where you slide little things.
Yeah,
that was
old
in the
school.
backyard for something.
You're right.
I started picking tomatoes, and I'd weigh myself before I picked, and then I'd weigh myself with the bag. I'm serious. If there were so many, I got 200.
I'll weigh myself before I pick because I'm going to eat all these tomatoes.
240 pounds of tomatoes in one season.
Wow.
And that's the truth. I kid you not.
That's from 9 plants. That makes sense.
Nice.
It's just the nutrients that nothing had been done back there for so many years. It was super compost.
But that's really interesting too. That the house was 1889. You said?
Yeah.
1889.
Yes.
So like 100 and something years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
More,
And
120.
so it's 100 years of like dirt on that patio.
Yeah. Well, maybe not 100, maybe,
not
70
100.
or 80,
Sure.
because the people that first had the house, they took care of it, you know.
Did the patio like line up with the house or?
Yeah, you could walk out the back door onto the patio, and there was even a drain in the middle of the patio that was still connected to the sewer.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you clear out? Did you end up clearing out the whole patio?
Yeah, not the whole patio. I left my tomatoes. But most of it was cleared out.
Yeah.
Wow. And was it made out of brick? Like
Yeah,
what was it made?
just bricks laid out.
Damn,
And
that's so
crosshatch
interesting.
pattern.
Okay. I mean, I have a soft spot in my house for like in my heart, my house for old buildings, old like abandoned buildings. I would love to go and just like explore
It's a
abandoned
passion.
buildings.
If you have that, and that's why I got into it, because I loved it, and I did very well for myself, buying a house for nothing and putting half of nothing back into it and selling it for 3 times nothing.
Right.
There we
You
go.
know, it was good.
Hey, we're
6 months to do a house.
shameless capitalists. You
you
got
go.
to do it. If you don't make money, then what's the fucking use?
That's true.
What's the fucking use?
Yeah.
Honey,
I mean,
it's
out here in Buenos Aires, it's full of these abandoned but beautiful old buildings.
Oh, yeah.
We were just walking here on the way here. So many
Yes,
abandoned.
that's
I
true.
would love to have that one. I'd love to have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what surprised me
Gorgeous
most
buildings.
about Buenos Aires when I first came here, is that it's full of all these 1880s, 1890s buildings.
yes.
That was the same.
gorgeous.
Yeah. But they weren't Victorian. Maybe they were Victorian, but before Victorian was Empire, and Empire's a little bit earlier than the Victorian era. But beautiful, beautiful buildings.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost a lot to renovate them down here because the cost of living is inexpensive. People work for inexpensive.
Right.
And if you find one, you can do it.
Yeah, and a lot of it is it's such a good. They constructed the buildings here very well. Like a lot of the stuff is still viable. The only thing we really need to worry about is like the electricity because they didn't have the
That's
electricity.
the main
back
thing.
then. Yeah,
it's all stone. Yeah.
yeah, and they're still standing. They're gorgeous. They're ornate. They've got these beautiful sculpted
The stonework.
friezes and
Cornices and
Oh,
Yeah.
the cornices, freezing.
cornices,
yeah.
friezes.
Nice.
Yeah,
that.
spandrels.
There we go. The ironwork, gorgeous. Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty.
God.
But a lot of them are just kind of they've been empty for so long that the plants are starting to grow, and when the plants start growing on them, they just they go so fast.
It's going
Ciao.
into the rock and it's destroying the structure.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
There was
up there.
one house across the street from me in Richmond that house was 1832. That's the line.
Damn.
Pre-Civil War kind of separates the houses in Richmond. Mine was post-Civil War, 1889. This was
Wow.
1832,
Jesus
and there were
Christ.
3 of them in a row. And I knew one guy. It has what's called an English basement, which is half underground. Then you have 1, 2, 3 floors on top of it. I knew a guy that owned 3 of them. We went up into the top floor one time, and it was open so the pigeons could fly in. And there was a place where they roosted, and there was a dome of pigeon shit. It was freaking 4 feet tall.
Stalagmites.
Because that's where it was like a wall going across, and it was just like, it looked like little mountaintops.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was kind of cool, but I didn't want to clean it out.
Yeah, no, and that's so unsanitary. Like birds are disgusting creatures.
Oh, they are.
You don't touch bird. Like you should. If a baby bird is down on the ground, you want to like help it like fix its wing. You need to wash your hands.
Wash
Do not
it
touch
up.
your foot. Don't touch your body. Don't touch your face. Do not touch any sort of bird poop. That's just nasty.
Just let the cat handle it.
Or let
And then it comes and licks you on the arm. Like,
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
No, that has pigeon on it. Ew.
As long as we're down this vein, I'm the Orkin guy, right? Do you know
The Orkin man.
Rats. I'm the Orkin man. Rats clean themselves just like cats.
Ugh.
That's why a cat bite is really bad, but a rat bite is really worse.
Oh.
Because they do this, and rats are running through sewers all the time.
Oh.
They do.
yuck.
They clean themselves just like a cat.
Oh my God.
They're smart.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, they are intelligent.
We
I
can
mean,
get off the rat thing. I've got a lot of rat stories. That's one of these days. I work for a cemetery too.
Oh.
One of these days we'll delve into that.
Yeah, right. Good God. Oh.
I have to make sure we're successful first because we need to be able to hire some lawyers.
Yeah.
Because what I have to say about the cemetery and what do they call it? There's some name for the industry.
Oh,
The
mortuary.
No, maybe not that.
Mortuary.
not end of life.
Death services.
End of life services.
End of life.
End of life.
That's best. That's the best. That
End of
works.
life.
Right.
Very like.
Have you approached your end of life? Well, I have a service for you. We do
Cremations, burials,
cremations, burials, coffins, all the things you need. If you need some extra flowers on your dead body, well, we will provide it. Do you need to get pressed up before your dead body goes and shows his face in the casket? Oh, honey, we have the best dead people. Cosmeticians ever.
That's right.
Oh my God.
This is funny. There was a woman that worked for us as a house cleaner, and she was more than a house cleaner. I mean, she was a family friend. Well, she passed away in another house we had.
Oof.
She passed away in an 1832 house. I mean, what do you want for a woman from the projects? She was only like 48 years old.
Oh,
But
that's young.
I did not go to her funeral because I had to go to Italy, and my partner at the time and best friends who were really friends with her, they went to her funeral and said they dolled her up so much they didn't even know it was Punchy. And Punchy was this really hard dyke. And she skinny black girl, and she just come at you like that. You gonna be talking like that to me? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Damn.
And we love Punchy.
Get it, girl. Get it.
Hence the name Punchy.
And they doll her up like, I'm trying to make it look like, I don't know, Beyonce or something.
Wow.
That's weird.
She rolled over in her grave.
You gonna make me look like this?
She said, fuck this shit. Damn.
Holy crap.
I like that name,
my
though, Punchy.
goodness. Woo.
Well, that should tip the iceberg on the industry.
Oh my God.
At a later day, keep tuning in.
Right.
We'll dig in. I got the stories.
Speaking of funerals, we'll dig in.
Yeah.
We'll dig your own.
That's going to be a good episode. Well, we just can't do that now.
Oh my God.
We
Stay with us, ladies. Stay with us.
I'm having some more Brahma beer.
Oh, Brahma beer. Oh, look at that.
Take a nice cold sip.
Oh, speaking of, okay, so we were talking about like the end of the like Buenos Aires earlier. So I read this headline this morning. What was it? Slight increase in inflation as like in the United States. What was it? I have to get it right. I said it to you too.
A slight increase in inflation.
Yeah, it was like slight increase in inflation
over December. Yeah.
Over December, and like
we're trying to control inflation.
So Fed tries to control prices, and I'm thinking, wow, look at the U.S. Because I'm thinking we're here in Buenos Aires. 150% inflation in 2 weeks. And we're trying to control prices.
Yes.
Honey's,
Oh, yeah.
y'all getting out of control of your slight inflation. Babies, you come live here for 1 week, I swear to God, you will look at the United States and be like, these pussies.
Whoa.
These fucking pussies. Fuck you, little bitches. You don't know shit.
You never know how much anything's going to cost when you go to the store.
Every single day the prices
Every day
change.
the prices change.
Every single
and
fucking
it's
day.
on a constant upward trajectory.
Yeah.
It's going to get
That's
difficult.
what inflation is. You motherfuckers buy your bread for a cent more over 3.5 months. Fuck you.
Yeah, the price here is
For
double.
instance, you could buy 4
Sorry, I'm being
liters
very
of gas. 4 liters of gas here in Argentina, like 4 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago, for 1,000 pesos,
Right.
which is like $1, $1.25 at the time.
Yeah.
Now you buy 1 liter for 1,000 pesos,
Mm-hmm.
so it's 4,000 pesos for a gallon of gas, which is $4 a gallon for gas.
Right. Basically.
Now, even in the States, people would go like, "Oh, I
Oh my God! Yeah.
But
It would
that-
freak the fuck out.
That's what's happening in Buenos Aires right now.
And this is normal, people. You need to appreciate what you have. Stop your goddamn complaining or get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
You just don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Argentina is still a politically young country, I think.
Yeah,
40
politically
years.
speaking,
There was a military coup as recent as 1970s.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
people were killed in the street and all
Right,
that, and people
right.
just disappeared.
Yeah, it was
In
military
Buenos
law.
Aires.
Yeah.
That's 50 years ago.
Right.
Come on.
Well, it was 40 actually.
40 years, okay.
We celebrated 40 years of democracy
Yeah,
like
40
a couple
years.
months ago, yeah.
Right. And then, but also after
yeah,
the
that-
military coup, like all the American companies came in and really flushed it up. Like there were Domino's pizzas here, zhuzhed it up. I guess. I like that word. There were Domino's pizzas. There was Dreyer's ice cream, Breyers.
There were
in the
Trix.
Diaz, there were Trix. Trix fucking cereal. Like they
Trix?
had, yeah.
Trix are
There was
cute.
All rabbit on the front?
Yep.
All those little multicolored balls of
Yeah.
nothing?
That's
Yes.
like the biggest LSD.
Yeah.
The fucking rabbit hole in a bunch of colors. It's like, whoa, who took an LSD trip and made tricks? Like colors in a rabbit hole. Oh my god. Janis Joplin.
I had a buddy in college. He was selling like liquid LSD, and he'd get a box of Tricks and lay it on the table with an eyedropper, and just
like,
put a drop of
Trix!
Tricks on everyone.
Wow.
I was like, just here. Would you like some Tricks?
Explicit
Oh my
content
God.
warning.
Do not take the tricks. You
Oh my
take
God.
one trick.
Oh my god. Oh, but they used to have all these wonderful
Yeah.
American, all this great stuff. And then another president came in and all the Americans left. And one of my friends, he was like, yeah, I was like 12 or 11 or 12 years old, or probably more
12,
at the time.
yeah.
And he was like, I remember this. And I loved Domino's pizza. It was so delicious. He's like,
It is good.
there's all this Argentine pizza, but then I got American pizza from Domino's, and I liked it better. I was like,
Good
well,
call.
look at this.
So
All
what happened
back
to
on
Domino's?
pizza.
Well-
Domino's pulled out of Italy just in the last year for some reason.
Not just Domino's, everyone. There's no more Dreyer's. There's no more Breyer's ice cream. There's no more American brands basically, except for Johnson & Johnson and
Family company.
Off, yeah. And
That's
anything-
Johnson & Johnson.
That's
yeah.
Off is Johnson & Johnson, and that's. I mean, can we think of any other American brands that are here that I know
Ford
of?
is here.
Ford is okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
cars.
Ford,
right?
Chevy.
Ford,
Some
Chevrolet.
decent
Yes,
Chevys.
Yeah, Ford and
mostly
Chevrolet.
Fords.
Okay.
Fords are considered like
Yeah.
kind of top out
Yeah,
here.
they,
Really.
yeah. If you live in Ford, you're a rich guy. Oh, Dodge is here. Dodge.
Oh, I've
yeah.
seen them big old
Yeah,
Rams.
if you have a Dodge, you're rich. They're like, you're a rich
Because
guy.
it's a huge
No
fucking
kidding.
pickup
Yeah.
truck.
But in the United States, Dodge is a pretty standard pickup truck.
You got a redneck.
Yeah.
Got my big Hemi.
You got your big Civic? What'd he say?
Hemi.
Hemi.
The Hemi.
The Dodge is just,
You got a Hemi.
they got the Hemi.
Okay, great.
Oh.
Yeah, well, Fords are really big in Italy too. And when I moved there in 2005, we were going to buy a new car because I thought it'd be easier just to buy a new car. You know it's going to run. You don't have to worry about Guido charging you 3 times to fix your car, you know, or charging you
okay,
because
so-
you're an American in Italy, you know.
Okay.
Let's say Guido.
You know
Guido.
what Fiat stands
This is a
for.
random guy.
Fiat, the #1 brand in Italy, it's fix it again, Tony.
Wow.
So, anyhow,
Oh, this is
we're
like
gonna
a
buy a
Ford.
car.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the-
It's like Ford. Found on road dead.
Found on roadside daily. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, I was found on road dead.
Fix or repair daily.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
God damn it, Ford! What have you done to yourself?
It was always broken. The light was on. I'd still drive.
So
Check
the guy,
engine. Fuck no.
the guy we bought the house from, he says, "Oh, you want to get a Ford? This is in Italy." And I looked at him and said, "Fuck you." I didn't say that, but I said, "I'm not moving to Italy, buying a house and renovating it so that I can drive a Ford."
Oh, fucking.
It was Escorts.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, no, so I bought a
No,
Fiat.
no.
I got a little
Hell
Fiat
no.
Pilot.
I would never put myself behind the fucking wheel of a goddamn Ford Escort. No, fuck no.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a teenager car. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
The
they've
first
changed.
car.
Yeah,
They're better now. You know.
But I mean, never.
Yeah, they're really
never.
sporty now. Yeah, little Fords.
Yeah,
I mean-
they are.
They're on point with like those GTIs, the Volkswagens, those little hot hatchbacks kind of thing.
But then Ford has the new hatchback, the one that
The Focus, I think.
Focus,
It's the Focus,
yeah.
yeah.
And that one's a lot more sporty than an Escort. Escort's like.
It's an Escort.
An Escort. Okay.
Where are you? What are you escorting me to? Where are we going?
The Ford prostitute.
Where are you taking me? I don't like this place. This is making me uncomfortable. Stop escorting me. Where are we going?
I got a joke my mother told me years and decades ago, right? Okay, so these two, I'll just say black ladies, you know, ladies of color, were going into the Kmart.
Come on. This is 2024. Say as you please.
Okay, I'm
Offend these
We say black. We say black. Colored, I think, is
I'm a colored man, so it's all right.
So, okay,
it
so
was colored.
these two older negresses are going. Is that what you were asking for? Did I give you what you want,
Yeah,
Johnny?
I mean, I say that all the time. I was like, this negress, how's she doing? But then I'm a negress myself, so it's all right.
So,
There you go, go ahead.
they went
Sorry.
into Kmart, and at that
This
time,
is gonna be a top
Kmart
episode.
actually was a
God.
store, you know, like a Walmart or something, and you could have your portrait taken.
Yeah.
They had a little
Okay,
photo studio
Right,
back,
okay,
photo
yeah.
studio back in the
It's probably,
corner.
yeah.
And so they
Sears.
sat down in front of the camera, and one of the negresses says to the other, says, "What?
Oh my God.
What he doing?" And the other said, "He gonna set his camera up." Okay.
Oh, he gonna set his camera up.
They said, "What he doing now?" I said, "Oh, he can make the lights right." And then after a while, they're sitting there. He said, "Now what he doing?"
Oh my God.
He gonna focus. She said, "Focus."
Oh, Jesus.
This moment of silence was brought to you by my mother.
Damn! Your mother made this joke?
My mother told me that joke.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Okay, I'll give you another one of my mother's jokes.
Oh my
Okay,
God!
So,
Oh my God! I'm like sweating my ass off here. I'm like, wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was amazing.
So-
But I mean, go. Just to put us in really perspective, your mother, how old was she when she told you this joke?
oh God, let's
I mean,
see.
you're-
She
you're-
was born in 29, and she told me in 70.
So she was born in 1929.
Oh yeah, that's
So she's an old lady from the past
42
times.
years old.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
42 years old. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
but that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect. Of course, somebody from the 20s would make that joke. I feel like my grandma would make that joke. But
Yeah.
that would. Oh wow. Damn. Oh my God.
And she said she had another.
My stomach hurts.
Another joke for my mother, and that's the end of my mother's jokes.
Okay.
Okay. So there was Lenny and his friend. We'll call him Paul. And Lenny was saying,
Lenny and Paul.
I just can't pick up women anymore. They're just not interested in me. And Paul says, well, you talk to them, right? Yeah, I talk to them, all right. He says, well, try this. Put a potato in your pants. Oh, that's a good idea. Put a potato in your pants. And so he came back the next day. He said, Paul, I put a potato in my pants, but it didn't work. Look. And he said, oh, Lenny, not in back.
Oh my God. No. Actually, I like that. What? That means even in the 20s they had like up your butt jokes.
Yes.
Wow.
Like poopy pants.
Wow. Hey, gays. Even in the 20s, they were gays. Except, wow, that's interesting.
Just a little humor.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Loaded. Now check it out of me there.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, oof. Now we're like buzzing. Okay. Where?
Hey, you want to hand me that Brahma real quick?
Oh.
I need a little.
What was that about a Brahma? What was that? What'd you
It's
say?
time for us.
Brahma. Oh shit.
Wait, Tom, you were talking about we need to buy lawyers earlier.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to reference back, Trump.
Oh yes.
Today, I think
This is the last day of testimony.
There it is.
The last day of
Yes,
testimony
it is.
on his fraud trial.
Serious.
Finally.
Yeah.
Fraud trial.
Yeah, it's the last day of testimony. So they're gonna close up, and then it goes to judgment. For
They're
whatever.
trying to bar him from doing any business in New York, ever.
And then Nelson.
Well, everybody's
finally-
leaving New York anyhow.
Right. I mean,
You know, nobody wants to live in the city.
Wow,
It's
look at
fucking
that.
Dodge City now. I mean, it's dangerous.
I remember after 2008, after that the housing crisis that dropped that.
Oh yeah.
Everyone moved out of New York. There were so many empty apartments. Everyone kind of like moved into like the central area, Chicago, the Midwest, like the middle. People moved out of San Francisco and LA also. They all
Texas,
moved into
yeah.
the center, where it was cheaper, much more easy to live. And I don't think it ever really recovered, because once people found out that they could live in the Midwest, in the middle of the country, for no money, they're like, why would I go fucking live there and pay more?
Taxes,
And
all
have all that shit to
And
deal
the
with.
right.
Life is
Yeah,
not
right.
easy in the city.
Right, and all your work is done on your computer through the internet. So if you have an internet connection, well, here I am in my gigantic house in the Midwest that cost me nothing. But 2 weeks later, I fucking tornado blew over it.
A tornado blew over.
Oh, there we go. There's my house. Oh, that sucks.
What you want to do is buy a house in a subdivision that has a trailer park close to it, because trailer parks in Texas are bait for tornadoes.
It's like, where's the trailer park? Where's the trailer park? Where's the trailer park?
I mean, it's fun. Tornadoes can go down and they touch it, and the whole thing blows into 100,000 pieces.
Ooh.
You know, so you don't have to worry about that.
Poor old Lucianne and Cindy Ann.
No,
Oh my God.
In Houston, when was this? This was 1987. There was the first big oil crisis, you know, and the gas prices went up, and the cost for a barrel of oil
Oh, yeah, I got you.
was less than the cost of taking it out of the ground. And so, like, Texas shut down in the oil industry. And they would call,
Speaking of taking out of the ground, let's drink a Brahma beer.
They called Houston.
There we go, Brahma.
Go ahead, Houston.
In the middle of the story, come on.
Houston
I'm so
became
sorry.
known as the see-through city, because you could go in other buildings in downtown Houston. They're all glass buildings, and you could see all the way from one side of the building out the other, because there was nothing there.
You know about
All the
it was
businesses had
empty.
left. Empty, and they called it see-through city because
Yeah.
everybody just split.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, and that kind of reminds me of when they had this huge turmoil over what they were going to do with the World Trade Center site. They're like, do we build a new building on it? It was for years, through all sorts of fucking things. There were like 16 commissions that they had to go through just to get fucking clearance to build a fucking building. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, okay, well, if you build a building, then you have to make this plaza, a memorial or something. It went for years, but they finally got it. And I think there's still like many floors empty. Because the people haven't come back yet. New York hasn't. They say New York has recovered.
Freedom Tower or something.
Freedom.
Something
Like Freedom
that.
Oh, it's like, you remember they tried to do that thing, Freedom Fries? Freedom Fries.
Yeah, it was back in like the Bush
yeah.
days,
I don't know
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. When
It was like everyone's against the French, so fuck
yeah,
the
they're
French,
like,
so we're gonna call
let's
them
not call
freedom
them
fries.
French fries, let's call them Freedom Fries. I thought that was the
fuck.
stupidest fucking thing. I was like,
It's a really like patriotic, super
and,
nationalist kind of
yeah, and
bullshit.
it didn't stick, but then also,
Clearly not. We still call them French fries.
yeah, because they're French fries.
Freedom
And they're not even French.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, which makes it fucking. I mean, they should have said it. They're not even French, so that's kind of a fuck you. But
In Britain, they're called
The
crisps.
guy that came up
Chips.
with that
Oh, chips.
slogan, you know, he's
Yeah.
probably working a lower level advertising job at Ford.
Yeah, right.
Just trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, and he's gonna be found on the road dead.
In a ditch.
Well, he's got problems. He's fixed or repaired daily.
Yeah. Oh, he's gotta fix or repair his wife daily. I'm sorry. That was uncouth.
Detroit. Oh, God, that was terrible.
Oh,
Have you ever been to Detroit?
No.
It's gorgeous. It's incredible. Think about how much money was in the car industry back then. The mansions they go on forever, like really nice mansions. They're all falling into decay now.
Damn.
You can pick one up for nothing. If you want to live in Detroit, because all that's left in Detroit is crime.
Yeah.
And house music.
And house music, yeah.
Our friend Anna lives
Is
there.
Motown from there?
Yeah, I think Motown, yeah.
Motown,
Motown was from
That's
Detroit,
right.
yeah. There's still music there.
That's really sad to me. Like,
It is.
I mean,
Our friend Anna lives in Detroit. She says
she's from this. That's right.
yeah, she's from Detroit.
When
That's
you
right.
say that, I thought, she's probably got some interesting stories.
Oh,
I
Anna.
missed it.
You know what, Anna? This is a hello to you, wherever
out,
you
baby.
are right now. Shout out to you. Boom. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna. Come back.
Oh, please.
We miss you.
Yes.
You can be a guest on our show.
Please do.
And we're going to have guests.
Yes.
You know, once we get rolling a little bit, we're going to get some people in here and you know.
If you happen to be coming to Buenos Aires, please send us a comment that you're coming, and I promise you to God, we will come and we will show you a night on the town. We will show you where to go, where to live, where to be, and you will have the best time of your life because we live here. We're expats, and we know it.
And
This
it's here. It is here.
It's fun here.
It's wonderful.
Oh.
But so we're from California, me and my brother here,
Yeah.
and she told us she was from Detroit, and we're like, oh, and she's never been to California.
Right.
So our
And we've
instant
never
response
been to
is,
Detroit.
oh, you've never been to California? And she's like, well, you've never been to Detroit?
Yeah, exactly.
Because coming from California, everyone has to go to California because California is like so beautiful and this and that, and no one wants to go to Detroit because apparently it's supposed to be. But she told us it's actually a really cool place. Like it's on the up and coming. There's nicer parts of it, and the music scene is wonderful. I just never thought like to go to Detroit ever. I thought Chicago, New York, Miami,
Right,
maybe
right.
Austin, Texas, or something.
Yeah.
Portland.
The big
never
names.
Detroit. Yeah, the big
Yeah.
names. But Detroit, it's never been on
Well,
my
that
map.
makes sense. If someplace goes down, it's just a matter of time before it comes back up.
Back up, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like an investing rule. Like, ride it out. If it goes down, it's just going to curve out a bottom and go back up.
Curve out the bottom.
LGBTQH by Z.
Isn't there like it's called the bull and the bear, right? The bear is the bad.
Bear up. No, bull up, bear down. Bull up, bear down.
You
So,
charge-
That's another LGBTQ.
bull
Are
markets.
you sex here or some kind?
No,
This is stock market.
This is stock market, yeah.
You got
Sex.
bull up,
A bull
bear
market,
down.
yeah. The bull market is when the market goes up. A bear market is when it goes down. Like it's going into hibernation, like a bear.
Okay.
A bull's charging, it's going up.
Buying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, buy. Well,
All those
you should
bulls
probably
out there.
buy on the bear market. You should, when the bear goes all the way to its lowest, you buy in, and then when the bull goes up, you make a whole bunch of money because you bought low and now you can sell high. Shameless capitalist product plug. Sorry.
We gotta come up with something for that scope.
Yeah, okay.
Shameless capitalist.
Okay, so if you listen to our first one, we said shameless capitalist product plug. We don't really like that because it doesn't make sense. If you have a better acronym, please put it in the comments. And
Oh,
if,
we'd love it.
And
We'd love it.
you who wins, maybe you can be a guest on the next podcast.
Yeah. Buy us a vowel.
Buy us a vowel.
We need a vowel.
Right. I like
Scope.
that.
Skip. Scap.
Oh.
Scap. I don't
Cool.
know.
Yeah. Well, somebody will bring us something. They'll bring it in, and some little quirky little snappy little acronym.
Yeah, well, I don't know. And then I'll say it with my radio voice. Boom. You'll hear it. And boom. And boom.
And we'll give you a shout out.
And yeah, right.
Yeah. Right.
Shout
I'm
out.
sitting here trying to think of analogy. I can't even think of anything. We
Right.
have nothing here, folks. Come on, you got something that is shameless.
Shameless capitalist product plug. Something
Okay.
better than that makes a
Shameless
really good
capitalist.
hashtag. Something viral. Give it to us in the comments and we'll take it. We'll use it and we'll shout out to you.
And yeah, we'll give you a little credit.
Right.
We need
For
that
sure.
product plug.
Milei, has anything happened? Do we know anything that has happened recently?
Well, the debates have been going on
Oh,
for
you
the
mean the
omnibus.
government here in Argentina?
Yeah.
Yeah, Milei's the new president.
Well, yeah,
And
right.
He's basically
That's
cutting
true.
everybody's nuts off.
Yeah, I mean,
And for a good thing, but it's going to get really tough.
and I haven't checked in a while because he had this big set of rules and things that he was going to change.
The omnibus, yeah.
The omnibus. And he sent it to Congress so Congress could check. But then the judiciary stopped it.
They blocked it all.
Yeah.
They're doing debates on it right now.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Okay.
I think a day ago.
Do you know?
2 days ago.
Can you like update it? Do you have any information on what's going on with this?
I think they're just trying to.
This is very important, ladies and
Negotiating the legality of what's going on and
Okay.
who's going to be disenfranchised by some of these
Because
new implement. Yeah.
from what I understand, the judiciary blocked it because all the judiciary wanted to look at was whether he could just make the rule or whether Congress had to ratify the rule. So he's making a presidential decision, a presidential decree, but they're like, well, some of this decree needs to be ratified by Congress, and some of this can be
So there's like
Decree.
2 parts to it. There's like we would call it an executive order.
executive order, right?
So he had some of them that
Executive order,
but most of them they're like orders that have to be ratified by the Congress.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called the omnibus.
And that's a problem because his party, I mean, he's an upstart. He's
Yeah,
a
he
wonderful-
doesn't have-
he's
he
gonna
doesn't
be
have
a
much
great
reputation.
leader. He really will be.
Right.
But he has like, what,
Very-
24%
yeah.
of the Congress
Very little
are behind him.
representation.
Very little. And so if you don't have, it's like being president and having, if you're a Republican president, but a Democratic majority in the House
Right.
and the Senate,
But
then they
The
just
slugs
go
of-
at you.
what he does have in his favor, though, is the people, because the people voted in, and they're still riled up, and they're literally screaming at their senators or their congresspeople, do what he says. So even if they're not in his party, they kind of have to vote for him
Yeah.
because the people are
People-
screaming.
The pressure.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I was
saying-
talking to somebody, an Argentino, and he was saying, Milei, he's going to make it really hard on everybody. It's going to get terrible, long about March and all this. I said, well, what's your alternative? You want another 12 months of 200% inflation?
yeah,
And that's what happened in 2023.
Yeah,
You want to be you're paying twice already in a year. You want to be paying, you want that to keep going?
Yeah, it was
Inflation is
98% for the year.
Milei can fix that, I believe. As an expat,
And,
as an
As
American
an-
who's
yeah.
seen democracy,
Right.
how it can work.
It's been about a month, I think, that he's been in office, right?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
About a month.
Yeah.
Is it
He's in,
September-
or maybe three,
December 10th.
Yeah,
December
December
10th.
Yeah, so a
It's been
month.
about exactly
Today,
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
So a
okay.
month of it. But on the way home yesterday, we walked past Congresso, and there was a Contra Malay protest.
Oh,
going
that's
on.
right.
And they had their
They
pots and pans.
filled up.
Big?
Yeah, it
It
they,
was,
not that bad, but
Okay.
they
They
took
filled
up
that
all
first
that
plaza,
prep
yeah.
bit.
There's a
Up to
plaza
the-
in front of Congresso, and they had
Right.
kind
I
of
forgot
filled this
all
plaza.
about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
So, yeah.
after the last big demonstration, it was like 3 weeks ago, and they were supposed to have
Yeah.
50,000 people down here that were supposedly workers from the Campo, and
Yeah.
then that kind of fizzled out. Didn't
Right.
work. Then they said, we have another one coming up, and that was yesterday.
No, there's another
Describe
one.
for our listeners what this
Yeah.
Plaza Congreso means.
So in front of the Congresso, there's a
Congresso
plaza.
means-
Congresso, the Congresso
The
building.
Congress.
It's the building.
If you can't
It's
pick
the-
that up,
it
then
looks
please
like
turn the
the
radio
US
or
Congress,
whatever.
with a big dome in
Beautiful,
the middle.
beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
And so in front there's a big street, but then in front of that there's a big plaza, and this plaza was about halfway full of people, and it was
That's nothing.
it was filling up as we were leaving. People were on their way with their pots and pans and signs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they're hitting their little pots and pans, making noise.
Yeah.
But what you said, what Tom had just said was that there's going to be, I think there's going to be one more big protest
Oh,
at
the
the 24th, I think
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Okay.
So we'll see this
Everything's
big
shut
syndicate, this big syndicate. We call them. They're called syndicates here. Union.
Unions.
Right.
Unions.
So they're planning a paro. They want to stop. They want to shut down every supermarket, every bus, every train,
Yeah.
anything
On
that
the
you do
24th.
on the 24th. And I think
and
it's like
Milei
a
is
Friday or
very
Saturday.
anti-union. He's like
They want to shut the whole city
And
down.
so obviously the unions are fighting him because he's anti-union. So he's like no. If you want a job, get a fucking job. Don't unionize. we already have fucking protection labor laws. Why do we need a union to protect you even further? A union is nothing but a syndicate that takes your money every month and it pretends to fight for you. I mean, I guess now it's
especially here.
Yeah. And they're taking money. He's like, they're taking money out of your paycheck every month. How about you have some trust in the laws that we've already made for you? They have really pretty strict labor laws here. So just use those labor laws. Those already protect you.
I think Malay's trying to loosen it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything up.
But if he gets rid of the unions, then it's loose.
Loosey booty. Like that booty hole.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's make a
Politics is
prediction.
crazy down here.
Let's make What's the prediction we should make again? So at the end of every episode, we kind of make predictions.
Okay, let's do this.
Are we at the end? We're close, I guess.
Yeah. Let's make a prediction on what's going to happen here in Argentina.
Okay, I think maybe we, instead of we had our first episode, we made a prediction for the year.
Yeah.
Let's end our episodes for predictions for like the next week.
Yeah. Well, what's going to happen in the next week here in Argentina?
Next week in Argentina.
I think that Brahma beer will go from 1,000 pesos to 1,200 pesos.
I can agree
in the
with that.
chinos.
Yeah.
Easily.
But
totally.
it little bit cheaper at Dia and Carrefour,
Oh,
but they won't be cold.
Oh yeah,
That's the problem.
We all have our favorite chinos, okay, because they keep the beer cold.
Yeah, it's got to be cold.
So it's going to go from 1,000 to 1,200 pesos.
Definitely.
That's
within a
$1 to $1.20.
Right. So it's going to increase by how much?
25%.
25% in 1 week. Okay.
In 1 week.
A 25 increase in the price of a beer for what in 1 week?
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
I think in the next week I'm gonna speak politically on this one. I think a lot of Malay's rules are gonna get passed, and the judiciary will release their injunction, and it'll go back to Congress. But a lot of his rules will go into effect.
You're seeing success for Malay.
I'm seeing success for him.
Okay.
Because the people want it. Well, that's what I'm saying. In the next week.
Okay. You think this? It's not just a hope.
No. This is what I think is going to occur.
Okay.
Because they've been talking about this already for weeks. So they have to come to a decision quite quickly. Otherwise, people are going to be up in arms. They got to come to a conclusion. It's gotta. And if they go one more week, I think it's going to be too far.
Okay.
Okay. Fair prediction.
Okay.
For the next week.
We went from beers to let's see. I think that public transport is going to start shutting down.
Oh shit.
In order to get here, we couldn't even.
gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna start shutting down,
Oh shit.
and it's either gonna go up, and it's gonna be less service. Because today to get here, we usually take the subway to get
Yeah, the
here.
D-line.
Subway was shut down.
The
It's shut
whole
down
D-line is shut down.
for renovation.
D-line?
That runs from
Yeah.
from Casa Rosada
Yeah.
all the way to Palermo and
All
out.
the way to Belgrano.
We can't get no D's.
That's
Yeah.
a major artery. The
Yeah.
whole line is shut down?
Yeah, all of it.
All the D. There's no more D.
walked in. Oh fuck no.
The major artery. The
Yeah.
D. There's no
Ah,
D.
the D. The
There's
major
no more D.
artery. The D.
There's no. The D. The D.
He's
The
like,
D. The D.
That's
The
going
D.
on in my head.
The D means
What the fuck
the
you talking
dick.
about?
It's gay speak for the dick. A major artery, like that big vein on the top of the dick.
Oh, those things that pop out.
Yeah.
You got 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
If you're good.
That's the
You
D.
got-
How many D's have you seen, Tom?
Only mine. And I'm very proud of it.
And on that note,
That's it.
leave a comment about your dick.
Oh my god.
How does your dick look?
Yeah, okay. Left in the background.
Okay, I will share something personal. All of you people out there will probably pick up another 1,000 subscribers.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
Oh
I
Jesus
take
Christ.
tango lessons here in Buenos Aires.
You should
for
all
like
take
10
tango
months,
lessons.
and I'm trying to learn tango. It's a discipline. It's very difficult, and
is,
you have to
it
memorize steps, and you have to. That's
very
man. You have to
hard
guide
for
the
me,
woman and all this. So I have an alarm on my cell phone that every day at 11 o'clock at night, the alarm goes off and says, "Oh, you're supposed to practice tango for 20 minutes." And so the other night, I was just coming out of the shower, and the alarm goes off.
Did he?
And I went like, well, shit, I'm going to bed. But then I at the time, I lived in the studio and had a huge mirror. It's like 8 feet tall and 4
No,
feet
what
wide
happened?
that I used to dance in front of.
Gotcha.
And so I decided I'm going to dance. And so I went and
Just
practiced
danced in front of the mirror?
I danced
Naked.
my tango naked.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was so therapeutic. Okay,
Yes.
okay, this is
It's like the end of Saltburn.
most people, I think most people have some kind of problems with their body. I don't like my body, my tits are too small,
I
my
love
tits
my
are too
body.
big, it's all this, that.
I love it.
But after dancing tango
My
in
boyfriend
front of
likes
the
it too.
mirror, I kind of like myself now.
Nice.
I know what I am,
Right.
I know what my body looks like, and I'm okay with it now.
Yeah, honey's
Positive
thing.
positivity.
It was such a catharsis,
Yeah.
and it was just accidental.
Honey's-
But it worked.
Yeah. Please take pride in your bodies, of
Dance,
course.
dance to your favorite song in front of that mirror,
It's
girl.
all you got, you know.
Right.
You
True,
got this
yeah.
body and you got this brain. So love your brain, love your body.
Why not?
And
You know, that's a really beautiful note to end on.
Yeah.
There's nothing
And you know
sexual about it.
Yeah, love
It's
your
just
brain, love your
knowing
body.
Who you are and what you are.
Right. I'm sorry to cut you off, boys, but we have to come to an end.
That's a really
Oh
good-
yeah.
This is
okay.
the end of the
Well,
episode.
Beautiful note to end on.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Jonny.
that's a nice
for that.
Here, I'm gonna take my pants off right now.
Jesus,
Get out of it!
please don't.
See, this is beautiful.
Oh my God, he did not think
Ladies and gentlemen, he is not actually doing this. All right. Ladies, okay, this is coming to an end.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for listening to us today, today's episode. If you like what you hear, and especially if you didn't, remember to subscribe now on your favorite podcasting app. Until next week, this has been another episode of
The Velvet
Hammer.
Have a great week.